Hello, guys. We are live boxing on Fox. Josecito Lopez versus undefeated prospect Miguel Cruz. This should really be a very good competitive fight. We're also going to have Anthony Durrell. Eventually, we're going to have Fedor versus Frank Mir tonight. Fedor Emelianenko, the last emperor, versus Frank Mir. And that will be incredible. Anybody out there yet? Let's get going. We are going. It says you are live. The internet can totally see you now. That's fucking hilarious. I don't ever remember it saying that before, but it says the internet can totally see you now. What's going on, guys? Who's out there? We ready for some boxing or what? We got Josecito Lopez versus Miguel Cruz. Josecito Lopez, he's been in there with a lot of good guys. He's been in there with Andre Berto. He's been in there. He lost just a split decision to Jesse Vargas. He's had some knockouts over some big names. I could go into here in a minute, but so some really big stuff. How should we say? Definitely some really big fights tonight. What I'm really looking forward to, of course, is Frank Mir and Fedor Emelianenko. Because how long have we been waiting for that fight? I know it's not the same fight that we would have seen 10, 15 years ago, but it's still the same fighters. They're at the same stages in their career. And one's at a better stage than the other, I believe. Depending on who you are, you might think that one is on a different stage than the other. You might think Fedor or Frank Mir are at a better stage. I happen to think right now Fedor is probably at a better stage just because of what's been going on. The guys he's been training with. And when you train with these younger guys all the time, Randy Couture used to talk about this. What's up, BB? Can't wait for the Dylan Dennis fight. That's going to be an epic one, and they are saying that's one of the most talked about debuts in MMA history on websites. Fight doesn't start till 7:30, and Bellator on at 8. That makes things difficult. Bellator starts at 6 Pacific. Yeah, I just noticed that it doesn't start until later. We got boxing on ESPN. And when I was online this morning, it said that Fox was starting at 4 p.m. So apparently this is kind of screwed up. I don't know that I'm able to edit this on here. I might have to be retracted, whatever he said. I might have to restart this and redo this thing because there was some false information online. I swear there was. It said that it started at 4 p.m. Pacific. Veteran Josecito Lopez against unbeaten contender Miguel Cruz. Fox does this shit all the time. This is why Fox Sports went off the first time. And I know it looks like, I'm making a mistake here, but those of us that are old enough before Fox Sports 1 came out, what is the schedule for tonight? We're figuring that out right now, RS. I was saying, Fox, what's up? Hi, Leslie, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. We're figuring that out. Fox screwed up the schedule. Again, online. What's up, Cap? Doing Danny Jacobs' fight on HBO tonight in 3 hours. I'm going to be doing Bellator because Bellator is starting in 2 hours. As long as it's still starting in 2 hours. Fox screwed me up again. I was just talking about basically why the first Fox Sports failed. And it's because they would constantly put on these times of when things were going to be on, and then they were never on. So it was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, thank you, Mario Yamasaki. They did mess up, and I don't know why I keep going by their time. Adam Turner says, ha ha ha. What's up, man? But, you know, we got boxing on. If you guys want to tune to ESPN, they got a good card over there. I'm going to go ahead and do the ESPN card because Fox screwed up. They're kind of, I think, in the middle of it right there, right now. So it's going to end at 7. But, you know, we're in round 3 of a top-ranked boxing, and I'm just going with that.
You have the entire archival library of ESPN boxing and top-ranked boxing.
Yeah, Fox is tough, constantly messing up. I'm sick of those guys. Sick of those guys. FS1 has done it. Fox has done it. They make me look stupid, but I said ESPN doesn't generally screw it up. The only I'm going to go ahead and go to this boxing match, though, here.
Both guys land their head in the middle. When you fight in the inside, you want to get your head on the outside of the shoulders. The outside of the shoulder. And do your work that way. And now here comes Jennings. Good action between these heavyweights.
What's up, Adam? All right, everybody go over to ESPN. This is not going to be Jose Zaito Lopez. I apologize for this. This is Jennings and Dwejko. The main event on this one is going to be WBO Junior Featherweight title. So it's a world title, Magdaleno versus Dogbo. This is one of the biggest boxing nights I've ever seen in my entire life. There's like 4 huge boxing events going on, same night as Bellator. So I'm going to figure out, these guys are heavyweights right here, Jennings and Dwejko, and these guys are banging. Dwejko in the green, that is a big looking dude. That guy's carrying some extra weight for sure. Jennings looks ripped. These guys' physiques, it looks like John Jones versus Roy Nelson. But we'll see if Dwejko has the power of Roy Nelson. Because, yeah, Jennings looks like an athlete, and Dwejko looks like a dad bod. For sure.
Slower pace to the back half of this third round, but good action at the beginning. Jennings, Dwejko.
Dwejko. I don't think I can update this on the stream. I'm not even going to worry about it. So anybody who comes in, we'll update them on what fights we got going on here.
And helps you recover faster. JT Tape, train longer, finish stronger.
And we're going to be doing Bellator in a couple hours here anyways.
A real relationship. So I definitely would like to find a long-term relationship, somebody who is smart, who has an excellent...
What do you guys think about all the drama with
right now for free.
Felony after the fights there on Calm Soda with Colby Covington pushing Felony and then Felony punching him. Just a lot of drama. Looked really fake to me, but I don't know. I don't know. You know, it is what it is, I guess.
Tim Bradley, how about Dwejko tripling up that left hand in round number 3?
Trying to figure out. It's Bryant Jennings versus Joey Dwejko. Sorry, it took me a minute to catch up with that. But we're going into the 4th round now.
27-year-old who is rooted in
who Danny Jacobs fighting. I don't remember. That's Danny Jacobs' fight. Ought to be crazy. I fighting the number 8th rate guy. Yamasaki says the guy in the green needs to cut down on the beer. Oh yeah, he does. I was just looking at that. Gonna be a good one. I'm doing good, man. Yeah, it has been a while. Where you been, man? No, I was away. I know, I was away a little bit, but we're going to have some good ones tonight. We did the Cam Soda we did on Thursday, though. We did Charles Bennett versus Bruce Lachmedio. Congratulations again to Bruce. Rest in peace, Brent. And Felony got a little play afterwards. Got a little frisky with Colby Covington in the crowd. And Facebook was kind of exploding about that. Upset me a little bit just because I thought it kind of took a little bit of the credit away and the attention away from Bruce. But says Jennings jabbing to the body and jabbing back up to the head. Jwenchko throwing the left hook to the body, to the head, back to the body. Oh, rips a right uppercut there from Jwenchko. I think that missed. Oh, they exchange big hooks to the body, though. They both exchange big left hooks to the body. Right hand over the top from Jwenchko. And you got these big heavyweights. It's just like MMA. I mean, not exactly. They have bigger gloves, of course, but one punch, and it can all be over. Jennings keeping that jab out there nice, throwing the right hands. Jwenchko throwing a couple hooks in there, and they hold in the middle. I am not drinking vodka yet. I have some beer in the fridge. Gonna be a good one. Oh, nice right hand from Jennings. Oh, he might have hurt Jwenchko there, and he lands a left and right hook upstairs. Jwenchko comes back with a couple jabs, but Jennings looked like he might have stunned him there for a minute. I've been up since 3:30 a.m. Because I was working early this morning. You see I posted at like 5 o'clock. Today I actually posted when I got at work. Nice right hook to the body from Jwenchko, and a nice left hook to the body. He's doing some body work there. Jennings continuing to throw that jab out there, trying to keep Jwenchko off balance. They both go to the body there, and it looks like a low blow from Jennings. Jwenchko went down. I seen Jennings go to the body 5 seconds up in round 4. I didn't see the low blow. The way Jwenchko reacted from it, I'm thinking it was pretty low. They're saying they don't think it was intentional. Only 5 seconds left in the round, so they're going to go with it. And Jwenchko comes back with a couple body shots. Oh, and they both exchange hooks upstairs. So this is a pretty competitive fight. Let's watch this low blow here. Jennings goes right hook to the body. Oh yeah, left uppercut right to the boys. That was painful to watch. I can just imagine. You can see Jwenchko bent over in pain. All those guys can relate to that. And we don't need to see that. We don't want to see that.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
On the bottom there, we're showing Pacers and Cavs going to Game 7, or anybody who's into the NBA right now. That's a hell of a series. And we're back here. Notable heavyweights under 6 feet. And they're showing guys that have been notable. And Jwenchko is under 6 feet. Of course, Joe Frazier was, I believe, 5'10". David Tua was under 6 feet. Mike Tyson was under 6 feet. So, as well as Rocky Marciano. But it's not, it's not the rule. Usually heavyweights are over 6 feet. Nice right hand from Jennings, and Jwenchko goes to that body. Not surprisingly, a lot of these shorter heavyweights, nice triple jab there from Jwenchko, go to the body. Right hand to the body for Jwenchko, and Jennings comes upstairs, the left hook, right hook. Nice exchanges. Big dig into the body from Jwenchko, and Jennings rips a right uppercut through. They exchange hooks in the middle of the ring. For the 5th round, especially for Jwenchko's body type, his endurance is holding up pretty well for a heavyweight. Nice combination of the body. They both go to the body there. Now Jennings starts to throw that jab again. Jab to the body too, and Dueshko rips a left uppercut through as they lean on each other. Some uppercuts from Jennings. Now this referee does not need to be breaking them up right now. There's enough breaking up in boxing, but these guys are veterans. They knew what was up. They were not holding. They were leaning on each other. That's perfectly legal. They can lean on each other all day and throw shots. Some jabs from Dueshko. Jennings comes back with a jab there. Now Jennings comes in and Dueshko was holding and hitting there. He's holding with the left, hitting with the right. The referee's going to break him up now. Who's the underdog in the Mir versus Fedor fight? You know, I didn't see the odds. Yes, what's up, Zoltan? Yes, I am going to watch the Fedor fight. We're going to watch that at 6 o'clock. We'll have to start another stream. The information that's up there is incorrect. This one's Jennings versus Dueshko. We got heavyweights here for ESPN because, once again, Fox screwed up their time. They put online that it was going to be starting at 4 p.m. Pacific. It's not starting until, I believe, 5:30. So we won't be watching the Fox boxing. Oh, nice left hook from Dueshko. But we got a couple of live heavyweights here. 30 seconds left in the 5th round. And Dueshko's been putting in quite a bit of body work. Oh, nice right hook over the top, left hook to the body from Dueshko. Jennings comes back with a nice right hook and some jabs. Couple left hooks upstairs again from Dueshko, and Jennings getting in some body work. Oh, big right hand from Jennings. That was crisp. He really cracked him. Dueshko's still coming, but that was a really sharp shot. Another nice jab from Jennings. A good way to end the round for Jennings. That really snapped Dueshko's head back. Yes, definitely still worth watching. Both those guys. Mir versus Fedor, overrated. 2 out of prime fighters. I agree, Cap. I think Cap wishes we were watching the Jacobs fight tonight. That I was watching the Jacobs fight, but
We'll help you find the perfect look.
you know, there's more MMA fans than boxing fans on this channel, and we've been watching Fedor and Mir forever. So to not do that, I don't know, depends, it says. Yeah, to not do the Bellator card tonight would seem weird. To take it up for boxing. Now, if this was Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua, I mean, I'm blowing off the Bellator card. Or if it's a Bellator card, you know, with some no-name main events, like looks like Bellator 201. I think there's a couple females in the main event that I honestly don't even know who they are. I think it's Bellator 201 or 202 that they'd already announced. All right, both these guys from Philly, 6th round here. They'll show a replay of that crisp right hand that Jennings landed. It didn't put Dueshko in danger of being knocked out, but if Jennings had been able to keep going on that. Oh, nice double jab and right hook there from Dueshko. Oh, and Jennings comes back with a right hook, left hook. Nice combination upstairs from Dueshko. This is a lot of, the beautiful exchanges in the middle of the ring. Nice right hand over the top from Dueshko. Oh, Jennings with a shoe shine, left, right hooks. These guys are really battling. If you guys aren't on ESPN, get there very quickly. This is a very entertaining heavyweight fight. Even though Dueshko looks like he's out of shape, these guys are showing great endurance in the 6th round for heavyweights. Jennings throwing some jabs there. Jennings actually looking like he might be a little more winded than Dueshko. Dueshko jumps in with a jump left hook and misses. Come on. Are you sexist, Yamasaki? Nice jabs there from Jennings. Jennings a little more movement, kind of more up on his toes. Dueshko flat-footed. He's looking for those power shots side, and he wants to get back in there and work on that body like he was earlier in the fight. Jab to the body for Jennings. I think Jennings is purposely keeping a little distance and taking a little rest here. Honestly, I think he's kind of taking half a round off. Nice jab to the body for Oh, and there they get in there and exchange some shots. Clash of heads in there. Left hook to the body from Dwezko and right hook upstairs from Jennings, but we don't want to see a head clash in there. Nice jab from Jennings. 15 seconds left in the 6th round. A lot of movement in this round from Jennings, and that's given Dwezko a lot of trouble. He was finding Jennings a lot earlier in the fight, and Jennings maybe going the boxing route now. Lands a couple jabs there towards the end.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people to help save the universe from paying too much on
That's funny, Yamasaki. I thought about doing Invicta before. Now I'm going to do it just because you said. No, I'm just kidding.
What are you doing?
Who's the one with the gold trunks?
Nothing.
Guy with the gold trunks is Jennings. Bryant Jennings.
Now, where were we?
Hi.
22-2 with 13 knockouts. Bryant Jennings. He is considered a boxer. He's 6'3". He came into this, I think they said he was about 230. I didn't see the very beginning of it, but 22-2 with 13 knockouts for Bryant Jennings. That's a pretty good amount of power. And then his opponent here, Joey Dwezko, is 19-4. He's got 11 knockouts. And 4 draws. That's a lot of draws in 27 fights. All right, here we go, round 7. And tonight we're going to have a WBO junior featherweight title match. World title match for the featherweight championship there. Nice left hook up top from Dwezko, but Jennings lands a triple jab there. And Dwezko with another left hook, right hook, and now he's digging the body again. Left hook to the body. Oh, a nice combination, head and body there for Dwezko. And Jennings snapping that jab out there again. But he needs to keep Dwezko on the outside. As Dwezko comes inside, he is digging with some brutal body shots. Almost like a small Brock Lesnar, he says. Oh, yeah, that's Dwezko. I'm sorry, the gold trunks. Of course, Jennings is in the black. But, yeah. Oh, nice 1-2 from Jennings there. Oh, left hook up top and to the body from Dwezko, but Jennings just landed 3 right uppercuts there. Fewest punches thrown in each of the last 3 rounds. Or fewer punches thrown in each of the last 3 rounds from Joey Dwezko. His pace is slowing here in round 7. He just missed a flurry there. As we can tell, he's holding on to a little bit of extra weight in that midsection. So, nice right hook to the body from Dwezko. Another right hook. Oh, and a left hook upstairs from Dwezko. He's banking to that body, though. 7 more right hands there. Left hook to the body for Dwezko. And Jennings, he's popping that jab. Left hook from the outside. That's what he needs to be doing. He needs to be on that bicycle. More movement. And when Dwezko comes in, honestly, I would tie him up. This is boxing. You gotta, when you tie him up, the referee's gonna break you. Oh, jump left hook for Dwezko, misses. Oh, and Jennings lands a triple jab and a right hand on top of that. Nice combination there for Jennings. I wish Jennings would let his hands go a little more. Right hook upstairs, left hook to the body, and Jennings rips another nice right uppercut. Oh, beautiful 4-hook combination in the body for Dwezko, and Jennings lands that right uppercut again. Being the 7th round, these guys are still really letting their hands go, especially for heavyweights. You notice a sizable height and reach advantage for Jennings. Oh, nice combinations from Jennings to the head and body there to end the round. Dwezko's done some good body work, some good hooks and things. Jennings seems to always pretty much be in the right place at the end of the round so far. So almost like a small Brock Lesnar, yeah. He's who will be coming back soon. Hopefully against the winner of Derek Lewis and Francis Ngannou. That's a fight I want to see. I mean, he doesn't deserve the winner of Stipe and Cormier. And that's obvious. That'd be a money fight. The other option, talking about Brock Lesnar, of course, is John Jones. California State Athletic Commission's already ruled somewhat unfavorably towards him. We're still waiting for the NSAC to come back. They're the big boys, of course. And I really thought that we would see John Jones in the cage in the next 3 months or so. Now I'm really not so sure. Oh, showing some action from the last round, and Jennings ripping those right uppercuts. He needs to do more of that. Oh, nice body shot. Right, another right uppercut. Left hook from Jennings, and he lands that jab. Dueshko throwing a couple jabs. Jennings looking like the fresher fighter here going into the 8th round.
Like I said, as long as the Mango stays outside, he's going to get beat.
Dueshko goes for that right hook and misses. Jennings trying to throw that jab. They're both slowing down a little bit here. 2 minutes left in the 8th round. Dueshko, stalking, trying to cut that distance. Left hook lands for Jennings. And Dueshko finally gets inside and throw a right hook to the body. Jennings throws a right hook. Dueshko misses that right uppercut, but then a couple digging shots to the body there. Nice left hook to the body for Jennings. Oh, Dueshko, 3 hooks to the body there. A little bit of grappling inside there. I wish the ref would have kind of let him work out of that. I hate it that when guys are still moving and the ref will break them. Oh, nice. Right hook up top from Dueshko there. And Dueshko holding on with the left there. Referee's going to break him up there. Let him punch out of it sometimes, though. Sometimes the guys are punching out of it and the referee just can't wait to get in there. It's like he just enjoys the sound of his own voice. Dueshko with the jab there. Boxing referees, I'm sorry, they need to be seen, not heard. And it'd be nice to see them a little bit less, too. Oh, nice double hook to the body and upstairs from Dueshko, but Jennings comes back with a right-left hook of his own. It's a nice combination. Why does it seem like boxers have better gas tanks than MMA fighters? Well, 3-minute rounds for one thing. Boxing's not as, there's not as many things to think about. It takes a lot of energy to throw a kick. It takes a lot of energy to grapple. It's just a different kind of muscles. Much more opportunity to rest. There's arguments for both. There's arguments. Some people argue there's more opportunities to rest in MMA because you can lay on top of somebody. Dueshko misses the wild right hook there. Jennings keeping him out with that jab. Nice left hook lands upstairs for Dueshko. Nice right hand to the body for Jennings. And that's going to be end of the round. I think that's the first round we were watching that Jennings didn't end the round with some kind of combination.
Help save the universe from paying too much on their car insurance.
Hey, there's cake in the break room. What are you doing?
Nothing?
Marvel Studios' Avengers Infinity War in theaters April 27th.
Advertising Avengers Infinity Wars. I think I'm going to go see that tomorrow. I think me and young David are going to go see Infinity Wars tomorrow. I don't know if anybody's watched it yet. I heard Colby Cunnington went online and Jorge Linares versus Vasil Lomachenko, May 12th on ESPN for the WBA lightweight title. I'm excited about that one, guys. Here's the issue. I hope we don't have a time conflict again. May 12th is also the next round of the Bellator tournament. Of course, Ryan Bader versus King Mo Lal. It's also the night of UFC Raquel Pennington versus Amanda Nunes.
9 cents a month. That's it. You're going to get top-ranked boxing on ESPN as well as on ESPN.
All right.
Regular linear television. But the app is
Here we go.
sensational for a fight fan.
Nice couple jabs here from Jennings. Dwejko looking to get busy. Jennings keeping him on the outside there. There, Dwejko, he's going to the body again. Right and left. The ref told him watch the elbows. Nice jab. He was just kind of pushing with the elbows. They're pushing elbows against each other. They can do that. Nice right to the body for Dwejko. As long as they're not elbowing each other in the body. Oh, nice left hook for Jennings. He really popped him there. And nice jabs there. Jennings is still looking sharp here in the 9th round. Maybe even sharper than earlier in the fight. Lands another left hook. I wonder if he waited a little too long. Nice left hook upstairs for Dwejko. Good combination in the body for Jennings. Curious to see where this is on the cards. Nice combination in the body for Dwejko, and Jennings lands that ripping right uppercut again. So it looked like Jennings has landed more of the punches, but he's also thrown more jabs. So we'll see how that affects a nice left hook to the body for Dwejko. Dwejko ends up in the ropes there again for a minute. Jennings continuing to work that jab. He's kind of lengthening his stance out, you can see here. Oh, nice right hand from Jennings. That was pinpoint. Dwejko going for the right hook. Looked like Jennings blocked it. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell on some of these angles. Dwejko definitely missed the right hook there, and Jennings lands the right hook back. Lands a jab there. Yeah, Dwejko's getting tired. He's leaning in. He's getting frustrated with Jennings keeping him out on the end of those jabs and those straight rights. And that needs to be Jennings' game plan. Frustrate your shorter opponent. You got a huge reach advantage here. Nice jab to the head, jab to the chest for Jennings lands. Double jab and left hook upstairs for Dwejko. Looks like Jennings blocked all that though. Jennings lands a nice jab there. 10 seconds left in the round. Nice left hook for Jennings, and he blocks Dwejko up top. Jennings looked like the fresher fighter in that one. Did you hear about Colby and Felony getting into it on Thursday? I did. I was talking about that a little bit. I'm calling bullshit. It kind of upset me too, especially since Mike Perry was there. I thought that was kind of weird because Mike Perry and Colby Covington supposedly had some beef going back and forth, and Mike Perry was real close to that situation. But it seemed very staged. That Colby would push Felony seemed very strange. You know, at that level, on that level of a fight, this was not, you know, even a Bellator level fighting. I mean, this is, you know, a freaking porn site. Cam Soda, this is a guy that's lost in Felony. I'm just telling the truth. He's lost 8 fights in a row. And I thought it really took away from Bruce's victory and Bruce's message. Those two getting into that. Can you imagine if nice jab to start the round off from Jennings? If Felony gets into the UFC final after 8 losses, though, that would be ridiculous. Oh, nice double jab from Dwejko, and Jennings lands a beautiful left hook. Oh, nice left hook again from Jennings, and he's throwing those jabs. He's trying to keep Dwejko off of him. Oh, nice left hook for Dwejko. Nice right hand over the top from Jennings. Beautiful boxing here from Jennings in this 10th round. Dwejko's going to dig to the body, go up to the head. He's definitely game of fun. Oh, big right hand on the break from Dwejko. Defend yourself at all times. The referee had not broken him. That was legal. Oh, big double left hook from Jennings. That was nice. 2 minutes left in the round. Dwejko's really, I think he's trying to get in. He's really going for broke. He's going for the knockout here. Digs, oh, those are hard left hooks to the body from Dwejko. 3 of them, and right hook upstairs. Dwejko, from what I can see from the stats and everything, oh, nice combinations to the body and right hand up top. Listening to Teddy Atlas and these guys, it seems like he would at least need a knockdown. Oh, beautiful jump left hook from Dwejko, right hook to the body, and Jennings comes back with the combination. Big right hook for Jennings. Oh, and they're exchanging in the middle of the cage, but Jennings landed a beautiful left uppercut right hook that shook Dwejko. I think he was actually leaning on Jennings to stay up, but Dwejko's trying to get everything he's got. Oh, those are hammering shots. Right, left hook from Jennings. And a left hook to the body. Dwejko stunned. He even backed up from that jab. I'm not sure what exactly happened there. I think he spit his mouthpiece out. They're saying it was an accident. His mouth was open when he got hit. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but that was a very conveniently timed accident, as they said. 55 seconds left. Nice jabs, couple jabs left. Oh, Jennings barely missed with that big overhand right. 45 seconds left in the last round here. Double jabs from Jennings. Beautiful left hook from Jennings. Oh, beautiful combination up the middle from Jennings. Right hook, left uppercut. What energy left in the 10th round for Jennings. Beautiful 1-2 right hand to the body. He's trying to go for a finish here. Dwejko probably needs the finish. Jennings had more energy though. And Dwejko, I think he was stunned this round. They exchanged shots there. And he's just exhausted. Oh, beautiful left hook to the body and right hook upstairs for Dwejko. Oh, and he's digging to the body and head to end this round. Right hook up top for Dwejko. Right uppercut, another right hook for Dwejko at the bell. That was a good heavyweight fight. That was a very good start. Local heavyweights here in Philadelphia. Both hometown guys.
From the legacy of Philadelphia fighters, and then it'll be our world title fight.
Beautiful, beautiful boxing. Be right back for the decision here in just a second here, guys.
John David Jackson. Jennings. Well, early on, Dwejko started off fairly well. Absolutely. Slipping that head in there. Look at that.
Mic drop.
3 punches. Head, body, uppercut.
It's been a while since I had seen a back and forth competitive heavyweight fight like that. Probably since that Deontay Wilder fight. Of course, Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker was pretty disappointing. Hey Cap, have you seen the negotiations, the talking back and forth, by the way, between Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua? So Anthony Joshua's camp, I guess, offered, they offered Deontay Wilder, they told him $12.5 million. Deontay Wilder came back the other day and said, if you want to fight, he says, I'll give you $50 million. He thinks there's that much money to be made, but he says, you got to come to the States and fight me. And for $50 million, maybe Anthony Joshua does that. I don't know why there's such a huge discrepancy in pay there, but that seems like the biggest fight in boxing right now, though. I don't see how that can't be the biggest fight in boxing, Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. All three judges, same card. 98-92.
And now Pennsylvania State Heavyweight Champion.
Pennsylvania State Heavyweight Champion. And Brian Jennings gets the win there. gets a little trophy there, improving to 23-2 with 13 knockouts. Great performance by him, though. Great performance. Great effort by both guys. They were completely into it the whole time. What's going on, Myth and Roy? Not much, man. Just watch. Posted online is 4:30 Pacific. We're watching some ESPN boxing, though. And we had a WBO Featherweight Championship. And then later on, we got Frank Mir and Fedor. So, great night. Yamasaki says Deontay Wilder will spark Joshua with his jab. I think Deontay Wilder is how much the public opinion's changed on the tune of one fight. A lot of people were saying Ingles. It was a tough fight, and he did what he needed to do. Some guys just make you look bad. Joseph Parker kind of played like a Damian Maia of boxing there. And now all of a sudden, it's a Deontay Wilder is almost a unanimous favorite among a lot of fans. So only surprising, though, how quickly people's attitudes change. I still think that fight could go either way. I've always said Deontay Wilder either way. Part of that for me is super middleweights next. Jesse Hart, 23-1 with 19 knockouts versus Desmond Nicholson, 18-2 with 17 knockouts. That's a lot of knockouts, guys. And if we're going to watch boxing, we need to see some knockouts. But anyways, yeah, part of it is kind of the fan in me is I just love Deontay Wilder's style. I love the way he brawls. He reminds me of Rocky Marciano, honestly. Ortiz was harder adversary than Joshua Parker. He was a harder adversary. I agree on that. He was a different kind of adversary. Ortiz was a beast. Yeah, there's no doubt that he was the better guy. Joseph Parker is a very good boxer, and he's just one of these guys that makes you look bad. Win or lose, he's gonna make you look bad. He's got that kind of game plan that you're not gonna hit him hard with crisp shots. He's gonna hold a lot. He's gonna push a lot. He's gonna do a lot of little things to frustrate you, and you know, he's good at rolling his shoulders, rolling his head, making it to where you don't quite hit him with those clean shots. Yamasaki says, I think Ortiz can take Joshua and Parker. Cap agrees, says, yep, Mario. Yeah, Ortiz is a beast. Let's not forget that he knocked Deontay Wilder down on that, and it looked for quite a while like Ortiz was going to run away with that fight. Deontay Wilder had to come back, probably behind on the scorecards. He had to come back up off the canvas to win that fight. One of the best heavyweight matches I've seen in a very long time, by the way. What you think about the draft, Cap? What do you think? My Seahawks finally did something right. Again, trading first-round draft pick for another first-round draft pick and a third and a fifth. Got a pretty good cornerback.
Send up to $500 around the world.
I know there was a lot of other trades. I just heard a little bit about what the Seahawks did.
People know me as a volleyball player, but
I'm sure you're paying a little more attention to it.
I do yoga, and that means sore knees, that means sore back, that means sore everything.
Did you expect, by the way, I don't mean to dig the Jason Cap, but did you expect Jason Witten to retire at the end of the year? I think Des Bryant's a big loss for you guys, but I had no idea Jason Witten was going to retire. I don't know if the Cowboys did or anybody. So I still think they're one of the top teams by far in the league. Maybe they should be favored to win the Super Bowl. I don't know. One of the best quarterbacks and running backs in the league. My Seahawks are in a little bit more of a rebuilding process.
He keeps getting better every time out. He's now 6-0 with 3 knockouts. CompuBox.
All right.
Sports fan tallied him with 54% of his power punches landing, throwing 48, landing 26.
Here we go, Top Rank Boxing. We're getting some super middleweights here. What do you think Anthony Joshua's best characteristic in the ring? His best characteristic, his movement. His movement and his jab, his slickness. I think if he beats Deontay Wilder, it'll be because he outboxes him. Same question for Wilder. Wilder, I think it's his toughness, his ability to fight through adversity, his ability to take a shot and come back, and just amazing power for his size. I want to say he was like 208, 212 pounds or something against Luis Ortiz. I think he had around a 30-pound weight disadvantage. And came back and ended up winning by knockout. No, I thought Witten was coming back for one more year, but he had a commentary offer. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I didn't know he'd been thinking about it even in the last retiring in the next couple years. But you guys are still in really good shape over there, though. You know, you got one of the top quarterbacks and running backs in the league. I'm not even sure we're going to have our top quarterback anymore the way things are going. Joey Tessitore, Mark Kriegel, and Timothy Bradley in the broadcast booth. I think Dante's size and awkwardness makes it tough to overcome. He's a very awkward fighter. He throws from very sharp angles. He's got very awkward but fast head movement. Like I said, honestly, he reminds me of Rocky Marciano more than just about anybody that I've seen in a long time. And undefeated fighter, 49-0. I believe with 49 knockouts. I don't think Rocky Marciano ever went to decision either. I don't think Wilder would make it as far if he wasn't blessed physically. Oh, he's definitely blessed physically. That guy's got amazing power. Where does that come from? Obviously, a lot of that is, you know, just talent that you're born with, genetics and things, and there's some things you can work on in training to make that power better, but I mean, he's just the way that he pivots, the angles. I think he's a more intelligent fighter than a lot of people give him credit for, because he looks like he's out there and he's winging wildly, and sometimes he is. Sometimes he's just swinging for the fences. But I think he's a lot more intelligent fighter than a lot of people will give him credit for. Sometimes I think some of that wildness is a little bit calculated, honestly. But when I seen him go into that zone, though, I think he'd gotten the one knockout against Luis Ortiz, and he just had that look in his eyes. His eyes lit up, and he went on the attack, and he had that look, like, you know, like that look like when you were a kid and your dad was gonna whoop your ass. That was that look. Like, it's just that look. Maybe that's not the best scenario, but that look of I'm indestructible right now. And he came forward and just. He was just terrifying for the last 45 seconds to a minute of that fight. That's the best word that I can think of to describe it, as that was just a terrifying, violent 45 seconds to a minute, minute and a half. Somewhat reckless, but just so much power. Angles, the pivoting, that was it was a beautiful performance. His sides and reach took him very far because he's not so technically great. He's definitely not a boxer. He's not Muhammad Ali at all. He's got decent head movement. I think he has great. I think he has great angles, though. I think he has great geometry, if you want to call it that. He pops up in places that people don't expect him to be, and he guesses places that people are going to pop up where I don't think that they realize that he's going to find them, if that makes sense. He's throwing some of these uppercuts, and they look so wild and so reckless, and it's right in the right spot. Right pinpoint accuracy on the chin, the hooks. I'm not saying he doesn't miss sometimes and get wild and things, but when he gets in that zone and that focus, he can be deadly accurate.
Physically, mentally, nothing you can tell her. Stop her from crying. Stop her from this happened.
And you go to a dark place.
That would really be a travesty, though, if we don't see Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder this year. That's a big failure by the sport, I think. And we see it in boxing. That's, I think, one of the differences between the UFC and boxing. And unfortunately, the UFC is starting to stray away a little bit from the best fighting the best. In the past, it was always the best fight the best. You're good, you go on a streak, you beat 5-6 top guys in a row, like Tony Ferguson did, like Khabib, these guys and stuff. You knew you were getting your title shot. You know you're getting your title shot. If this is the UFC, and these guys are both undefeated against great opponents, and they have to fight. They have to fight. It's like Tito Ortiz and Chuck Liddell. And Tito Ortiz tried to avoid Chuck Liddell for forever. He tried to say that Chuck was his friend, all these different things, which is interesting because they're back in it, still playing against each other right now. Still talking smack. Tito's... He can be such a little troll. He trolled Chuck to try to get him to come out of retirement. Finally, I'll fight you. Oh, no, I don't want to fight you if it's not in the UFC, though, Tito says. It was just like on the reality show, and Tito punked out of a third fight. He knew he wasn't going to get in the UFC. They're not going to get in there and fight, and Chuck's almost 50 years old. Did you see Triple G's opponent is getting trained by Edmund Tarvin? Oh my God, should be very interesting. That is definitely interesting. I hope Edmund's in his corner screaming head movement, because that never gets old. That's very, very interesting. Who in the hell would hire that guy? I don't know, man. That's mystifying to me. That's absolutely mystifying. Why he would have that guy training him, I don't know. Is he training people for free? I mean, you get a free extra value meal when you train with Edmund. I don't know.
Something to live for, something to die for. I always said I always want to uphold.
Kev says Guy Triple G is about to fight as a retired fighter coming out of retirement just to get that paycheck. Triple G should be fighting someone way better. Absolutely. And pretty much everybody knows he's a sacrificial lamb. And that's one of the things that can be frustrating about boxing, is they accept that kind of thing. That thing generally doesn't happen in the UFC. I mean, Al Iaquinta versus Khabib, you know, that was kind of that kind of situation, but a lot of things had to happen to get to that point. Obviously, Canelo Alvarez dropping out of the fight didn't give a whole lot of time to get somebody else in there, but I have to think that they could have found somebody more qualified, than pulling somebody out of retirement. And here's Jesse Hart coming down with a sleigh of belts and bodyguards. It's amazing how many belts there are in boxing. I remember these pictures of Roy Jones even coming down to the ring. And I swear he was holding 15 belts at one time. I think he came down to the ring carrying, he's got all these people carrying him, all these belts. He had to have been spending thousands of dollars just to hire people to hold those damn belts. They're both Armenian, so there's probably some bond. And I think Rousey manages the dude. Oh, God. Yeah, after seeing what he did to her career, the fact that anybody would train with that dude is just... And the guy's had criminal accusations on top of that. The guy's a crook. By all accounts, he's a fraud. From what I've seen. Some nice looking ring girl, so that blonde holding that belt there, though.
Sponsored by Geico and broadcasting on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN.
Between rounds, I finally started playing UFC 3 last night. As they're going through talking about the super middleweight title there last night. And young David picked Royce Gracie, and I could not beat him. The submission game on that new UFC game is ruthless. I had Anderson Silva, and he kept subbing me with Royce Gracie. So I think I'm going to have to, when he leaves and he's at school or something, my days off, I'm going to have to practice some. Desmond Nicholson, 18-2-1 with 18 knockouts. Comes in 167 half pounds. He's 8-1-1 in his last 10 fights. So this guy has all but one win by knockout, though. The other guy's got a high knockout ratio. So I'm hoping we see a knockout. Always hoping we see a knockout.
Across the ring in the red corner, wearing red with gold trim, he weighed in at an official 167 3/4 pounds.
And there's the champion there, Hollywood Hart, Jesse Hollywood Hart, 23-1, 19 knockouts, hometown boy out of Philly, 8 knockouts in his last 10 fights, 2011 U.S. National and National Golden Gloves champion. That dude is in shape. Those are some abs right there. And the salute, that is, people forget about the super middleweight division too. I thought when Roy Jones Jr. was at his best and most intimidating at 168 pounds at super middleweight, the guy was, he was absolutely destructive. He just walked through guys. He was chiseled. Yeah, and that's one of those weight classes people forget about. You should start streaming your games. Could be good filler contact while the channel is inactive in between fights. That's the idea. I want to start streaming. It looks like right now we're going to see a lot of David kicking my ass here for a little while. I got to figure out how to stream on the Xbox One, but we'll try to get that set up this weekend, hopefully. And I finally worked with him. I worked this morning. This is the last time I have to work a Saturday, though. I'll be off every weekend now. So that was my stipulation to begin with, these new owners. Hart, the champion, in the red. Nicholson in the black. Wide stance from Hart there. Nice jab. From Hart, measuring his opponent, Nicholson. These guys both long and lengthy dudes.
It's not always easy for his father to be there. He wasn't.
Oh, misses a big right hand over the top. Does Hart.
Hart's coming off an 88-second knockout.
Nicholson, a lot of movement up front. Hart, as they just said, is coming off an 88-second knockout.
Well, they have amateur pedigree. And you see him right now.
Oh, nice left hook up top and left hook to the body from Nicholson. But Hart lands a big left hook, big right hook. I think he's already hurt Nicholson. Hart's holding on, or Nicholson, excuse me, is holding on. Hart, much taller guy, you can tell while they're standing there. Oh, big right uppercut, right hook up top for Hart. Big double left hook, left uppercut, right hook for Hart. And Nicholson is in survival mode up against the ropes. He holds on there. I hope you guys are watching this on ESPN. This Hart guy's got some power. Big left hook while Nicholson holds on to Hart. And halfway through the round, Nicholson just holding on here. Oh, Hart, big right hook on the break. Nice left hook from Nicholson. Hart comes back with another left hook. Oh, big right hook up top from Hart. He is just stalking his prey at this moment. And this prey is holding on to him every time he comes forward at this point. Another right hook over the top from Hart. He's looking to land that big overhand right, left hook, and end this in this first round. They exchange jabs there. Another nice 1-2 from Hart. He throws a right hook to the body. Nicholson hanging on again. I think he was definitely still hurt from some shots earlier from Hart. Hart's got just a really, really long, lengthy body. Big right hand, or big jabs there. You can tell he's really top heavy. He's got those skinny legs, and that's how he's able to make the 168-pound division, I imagine. Jesse Hart's only career loss was a decision versus Gilberto Ramirez for the WBO World Champion. Oh, nice 1-2 there from Hart. Oh, Nicholson comes over the top with a left and right hook. Misses a big left hook there. Hart misses some wild shots, lands a right uppercut there towards the end of the round. Oh, wow.
Introducing 5-hour tea.
I should do UFC 3 and that free game everybody plays called Fortnite. Yeah, David, don't you play Fortnite? I thought you did. Yeah, people have been telling me I need to play Fortnite. So, yeah, I think I'm going to get on there and check that out. I have to have young David teach me how to play it.
5-hour tea. Caffeine from green tea leaves. Release your natural.
David says, yeah. I'm kind of good at these old school games. Some of these newer games are a little complicated for me. Now David's going to come over and talk. He was telling me earlier that he will appear on the streams, but he's getting a little bit of a big head. He says he wants a $5 appearance fee if he appears on the streams now. Wasn't that right? He's getting cocky. You think spinning back fist should be allowed in boxing? Oh, absolutely. I think that'd be great. Boxing's too limited. I mean, I like boxing as a sport, but I like Thai boxing better. And I think that'd be a great. I think they should add spinning back fists and make elbows legal. No, Mario, that would be too much. Everybody to all. Hart got a little reckless at the end of that first round, and Nicholson. Young David Husson, old Mike. Yep. Hart's still feeling the effects of that shot. Yeah, see, he's holding on again halfway through the second round. Nicholson lands the jab, and Hart's holding on. Oh, big right hand over the top from Hart there. He may have recovered now. 1:15 left in the second round. And he lands a couple nice double jab there to Hart. Oh, nice left hook from Nicholson, though. To the head, to the body, back up to the head, back to the body. Nicholson getting busy here. Nice job of slipping the jab there. Oh, slips. Oh, nice right uppercut from Hart, though. Misses the hook, but Hart lands a nice right uppercut there. And jab there. This is a really strategic fight. Both these guys landing power shots. They're exchanging jabs here. Still got 40 seconds left in this round. They're exchanging. Oh, big right hand. Hart barely misses with a big right hand over the top, and Nicholson ducks underneath. 25 seconds left in the round. That could be a lot in this fight the way it's going. They exchange jabs there. And once again, nice couple jabs from Hart there. Nicholson misses a big left hook there, and they hold in the center of the ring. Just a few seconds left here, and that's the end of the second round.
Great. Another dead end.
Big Baby Miller is fighting tonight. Big Baby Miller. Not sure who that is. I can't think of who it is. You know who is fighting on the Bellator card, though, besides Fedor and Frank Mir, is Neiman Gracie. 7-0 with 6 submissions. I'm looking forward to seeing him.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
In 1903,
I still love seeing the specialists, even if it's hard to really make it in this game with really kind of one art, like a Damian Maia. Damian Maia, he got his striking, up to level to where he doesn't get killed, but he's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu artist in an MMA fight, and there's something beautiful about that. Desmond Nicholson said, "Listen, Jesse, I'm not all these other fighters you talk shit to. I'm not going back and forth, so I'll leave it at that. April 28th, be prepared to die, bitch, because I am. I'll see you soon." Damon Nicholson. Definitely bad blood between these guys, and they exchange right hands at the beginning of the round. Hart hanging on to Nicholson. Nicholson landing left hooks to the body. Nicholson pushing Hart into the... Oh, nice 1-2 from Hart and a right uppercut. Nice left hooks. Oh, big right hand from Hart, and Nicholson... Nicholson is down. Nicholson is pleading that it was a trip. He might have been off balance, but there was definitely a punch landed there. Hart's going to move in. I didn't quite see the angle on that. The commentator's saying that's terrible. So maybe it was a trip. We're going to look at the replay here. Right hook to the body. Oh! And they actually tripped. The footing slipped, and Hart actually did not land a punch there. So that was a bad call. Nice right uppercut there from Hart. From the angle, I couldn't tell, but Hart actually did not even land a punch, and they called it a knockdown. So bad call there. I didn't catch it from the first camera angle. Minute and a half left of the third round. Nicholson's making this really rough now. He's shoving elbows, shoulders in there. He's shoving whatever he can. Oh, big right hand for Hart there. Nicholson says, "I'm going to fight on the inside. I'm going to fight dirty. I don't care." Just as Mike, your audio level is too high, or you're talking too close to the mic. There was some distortion when you shout. I noticed that on a stream the other day. I probably was too close. Nice left hook from Nicholson there, or from Hart there. I think Damon Nicholson is definitely hurt here. A big right hand over the top from Hart. And Nicholson is down. That was definitely a knockdown. 30 seconds left in the round. And Nicholson comes out with a big jump left hook after being knocked down. Oh, huge right hand. Another big right hand from Hart. 20 seconds left. Hart's trying to finish him. Big hooks. Oh, huge right hand over the top. Left uppercut. Hart is blistering him, trying to finish him in this third round. 10 seconds left. Nicholson continuing to come forward, refusing to hold. And he's going to make it through the round. Barely. Yeah, let me know if that's any better, Jason. I backed off from the mic a little bit. I have a tendency to get a little excited and probably get a little too close to the mic. So, or anybody else that hears it, if you could help me out. I know some of these guys wear headsets so they can hear what everybody else is hearing, but I hate to listen to my own voice in my ears all day. That just sounds horrible. Anybody else hear a distortion on the mic? Maybe I shouldn't be shouting so much, Jason, if that's causing distortion. All right, here we go, round 4. And Hart's trying to finish this thing up. Jason Hart, and we still got the WBO junior featherweight title match coming up. Nice jabs there from Hart. Not as bad as it was before. Thank you. Sounds fine to me. So thanks, guys, for the input. Nice right hook there from Hart. Oh, and Hart pushes him into the ropes there. 2.5 minutes left in the 4th round. Hart really wants to finish this right now. Nicholson throws a jab and just holds on. He's still very... Oh, beautiful combo from Hart. Punishes him with hooks. Oh, and a right uppercut on the inside. I think he goaded Nicholson into a slugging match, and that's exactly what Hart wanted. Oh, big right hand, left hook, and a huge right hand over the top. Nicholson has to hang on to Hart to keep from falling down. And Nicholson continues to throw body shots in there as he's leaning against Hart. But I think he was about to fall on his face. Yeah, Nicholson's putting his head down. He's getting real hesitant. Oh, big right hand again lands for Hart. Right uppercut lands for Hart. All Hart right now. Left uppercut, left hook from Jesse Hart. Jab lands for Nicholson. Nicholson holds on. Mario always goes against what I say no matter what. Big right hand over the top again. And a big right uppercut. Now, Hart was holding Nicholson's head with his left arm. He was holding him behind the head and hit him with that right uppercut. The referee didn't call it. Oh, nice hooks to the body for Hart. And a left hook up top, right uppercut for Hart. Hart holding behind the head again there, and the referee's going to break him. He didn't throw any shots that time. Oh, nice right hand over the top from Hart. Left and right hook. Both these guys fighting a little dirty. Hanging and holding and hitting. 25 seconds left in the 4th round now. Nicholson lands a jab, it snaps Hart's head back, and they hold. Looks like they're going to take a little rest there. These Philly guys almost never disappoint, though. Oh, they exchange hooks in the middle of the ring there. Nice right hook there towards the end from Nicholson. Left hook and a right hook behind it. What's up, Scott? Rafael Lovato Jr. on Bellator card. Very good jiu-jitsu as well. Yeah, it's a really good card tonight for Bellator. There's like 4 good fights, I think, 4 fights that I'm looking forward to watching. Not as good as Bellator 200. That might be the best card that they put together. This is a good card tonight. They've definitely put together some subpar cards in the past. But I'm happy with what I see from this one. Now, I don't think we're going to make it. We might not make it through the main event here on this ESPN boxing card before we have to go over to Bellator. Which, of course, that's the preference. Yeah, it looks like this boxing, actually 3 hours of boxing. Danny Garcia at ringside, 34-1 with 20 knockouts. So round 5 of Hart and Nicholson. Looks like we might be going over the Bellator card pretty much after this fight, because I'm going to have to set up a second stream and get everything in there right. Right now I'm just drinking an energy drink till we get to Bellator. I'm going to grab some beer. I got some Henry Weinhardt's Private Reserve getting cold in the fridge. Nice jabs there from Nicholson to start this round. 2:20 left in the 5th round. Nicholson seems to have his legs back underneath him now, after almost getting taken out in that 3rd round. And they exchange jabs again. Just a lot of exchanging jabs there. And Hart might have expended more energy than he wanted to in that 3rd and 4th round. He was going for the knockout, and yeah, he might have blown a little more of his load than he meant to. They exchange jabs again. Oh, nice right hand over the top, lands for Hart now, though. Oh, Hart goes for a big overhand right. Nicholson ducks underneath it.
He's actually landing a higher percentage of jabs.
Minute and 20 seconds left in the 5th round. Another jab lands for Nicholson. Oh, another jab, and Hart misses a 1-2 over the top. Oh, Hart landed that right hand, though. 1-2. Nicholson throwing some body shots inside as Hart holds on. Hart, I think Hart's kind of starting to telegraph that right hand. Nicholson's starting to duck underneath it more. I can almost see it coming from here. So I think he needs to work a different angle there. Maybe throw that 1-2 and throw a left hook off of it. Or a jab and feint the right hand, throw a left hook, and then throw a right hook to the body. Oh, there, that right hand got through, though. I said sometimes he telegraphs. It's so fast, though. And there was really no tell on that one. 20 seconds left in the 5th round. We still have half an hour until Bellator. Yep. I'm doing the Budweisers tonight. I wish I had Bacardi, but I'm too lazy to jump in the car and go to the liquor store. Oh, big left hook from Hart there. Like I was saying, he needed to switch it up, and he did. Into the round.
Great. Another dead end.
Sarge, I just got a tip that'll crack this case wide open. Turns out the Prince at Farm
Did McGruffy get a tippy-whippy?
I'm kind of glad we went to the ESPN cards here. It might be better than whatever was going on over at on Fox. Everybody, all the channels are starting to get apps now. If you guys haven't noticed, if you have Hulu now, you can get HBO Now for $5 a month. I just seen them advertise if you're not watching ESPN now. I've been waiting for them to do an only ESPN app. You can get just ESPN for $4.99 a month now. It was just a matter of time. It's happening pretty much for all the channels. You can pick them out now. And for sports fans, especially for boxing fans, a lot of boxing coming up on ESPN.
And the mythical one, Rocky, out of this town, the legend.
If you have AT&T, I would highly recommend DirecTV Now. And it's pretty flawless on the computer. I have not had it lag at all. It cost me $10 a month for DirecTV Now with my AT&T plan. Without AT&T, it's $35 a month. That's a pretty big difference. But you also get HBO with, nice double left hook for Hart. Nicholson lands a left hook and Hart lands a double. Oh, big right hook and triple left hook from Hart and another big right hand. He's really pounding on Nicholson, and Nicholson's got a hell of a chin. And Nicholson throws a double uppercut to the body. Big left-right hook for Hart, and I think Hart's getting frustrated. He's like, what can we do? What can I do to get this guy out of here? Hart lands another big right hook, and Nicholson lands one back. Big left hook for Hart. Right uppercut from Hart. Another big right hand from Hart. Another left hook. Right hook to the body for Hart. Nicholson holding on inside halfway through the 6th round. Nicholson taking a ton of punishment, but he takes it. Right hook to the body lands for Hart. Right hand over the top. Another right hand. Hart he's punishing Nicholson. He's game. There he lands a couple shots to the body. One of those, I think, low. Hart kind of looked at the ref, and the ref didn't say anything. A couple uppercuts land for Nicholson. Hart lands a right hand, 2 right hands behind the head. Nicholson left hook and right uppercut. They're exchanging hooks and uppercuts inside. They're also exchanging low blows, hits behind the head. And this referee is kind of asleep at the wheel. And I'm fine with that because these guys, one guy fouls and the other guy fouls back. Turnabout fair play. Oh, nice double left hook from Nicholson. Big right hand. Angry shots from Hart. Almost looks like he's screaming as he's throwing these shots. Nicholson lands a jab and hangs on. Big left hook and right. Hart looks angry, like he's trying to punch a hole in Nicholson's head. Oh, nice left hook from Nicholson, and Hart comes back with a big left hook. Shots to the body from Nicholson. 2 big right uppercuts from Nicholson, and a right hand from Nicholson. Combination to the body from Nicholson, and double uppercut. Nicholson will not go away. This guy is a tough son of a bitch. I hope you guys are watching this on ESPN. I don't see a lot of comments and stuff. These guys are really battling tonight. It's a beautiful fight. Little break here in between rounds. We're getting closer to Bellator. 27 minutes away, but we still have a lot of action left in this fight right here. If you're tuning in later, as you can see, it's not Josecito Lopez versus Miguel Cruz on the Fox card. It's the ESPN card. Fox screwed up their time. But we're probably getting some better fights anyways. Jesse Hart and Damon Nicholson, and there's a lot of bad blood between these guys. They're showing the replay at the end of the round there. Nicholson landed a huge right uppercut. He really popped Hart's head up. He hurt Hart at the end of that round. Both these guys have been hurt several times in this fight. Mad respect to these guys. Nice left hook from Hart. It's the 7th round. And they exchange jabs. Oh, Nicholson, nice left hook, pushing Hart up against the ropes. Nicholson outlanded Hart for the first time in that last round. Nicholson's confidence went up a lot that round. Hart lands a left hook, misses a jumping left hook, and Nicholson lands a combination of the body. I like this referee because he doesn't do a whole hell of a lot. Nice right uppercut from Hart, and Nicholson digs another combination of the body. Hey Mike, when you gonna get some nice fighting memorabilia and build yourself a cool setup for your studio? Thanks for reminding me. I need to do that. I've had a few things. I just need to get me a nice little shelf behind me. But I've got a few little things. I need to work on that. Thanks for pushing me. Sometimes I need a little push. I just got me a couple of these. Oh, big right hand lands for Hart, and Nicholson Nicholson was very close to being down. Oh, big combination from Hart. Oh, he's really going through for the finish. Vengeful, right hands, left hooks. And finally, Nicholson goes down to the ground on his knee. And Nicholson is falling back. 6. I'm not sure that Nicholson wants to get up. He's really gotten punished from Hart. The referee's telling Nicholson, come on, get up. And I think Nicholson's saying, hey, I'm done, dude. I fucking quit. Mario Yamasaki, is that your brother, the referee in there? Nicholson was trying to quit. The referee's like, come on, dude. Keep fighting. You can go a little further. You can go just a little further. No, couple things. Like I said, I need a shelf behind me. A couple new memorabilias I got from the Pop Funko store in Everett. I'm a big Street Fighter fan, so I got myself a Ryu and Ken Pop Funko dolls. That was a great fight, man. That was incredible. I don't know exactly what happened there with Nicholson, but I don't know what the commissioners there is talking about. This referee kind of almost looked clueless, to be honest. Hart had some killer instinct. Absolutely, man. BJ Green says gave up on his own. He took a ton of punishment, though, guys. I'll take nothing away from Nicholson. That dude is raw. Seriously. So I said I can't. Technical knockout. So yeah, I'm not sure what all the hesitation was. Like they were saying, it was a long count. The referee was taking his time to count. He stopped at 8, and he finally called an end to it. But I said the referee was a little asleep at the wheel there. You seriously have an M. Bison tattoo? That's pretty awesome, dude. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I'm a huge Street Fighter fan, yeah. That's when Street Fighter 2 was coming out, aged myself a little bit. I'm 39, so when Street Fighter came out, I was like 11, 12 years old. It came out in the arcade, and there wasn't a whole lot to do in Walla, small town where I was at. We would wait in line. You had your quarter, and you had one shot, and you got to play, of course, until you lose. And there would be 15, 20 deep on each side. You didn't want to lose because even if you had more money, you'd have to get back in line. You might have to wait 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, to get back in line to play again. And it was a lot of fun, but man, did we have some shit talking in that arcade. It was called the Tilt. That's an experience that kids don't really have today. I guess they have a different one. They have something similar. They play online, they talk to each other, but I preferred the face-to-face. Maybe it was just because it was what I grew up with, but it's like to see Street Fighter 2 when that game came out, and there'd never been anything like it. And what, 26 years later, I mean, it still stands up today. It's still fun to play today. It definitely changed video games and fighting video games forever. I mean, I said there'd never been anything like that. We used to place bets on Capcom versus Marvel fights. I love Capcom versus Marvel too. Me and David will still play that sometimes. Yeah, we used to. What we do it was only a quarter to play, but a lot of time when we had the better guys up there, we would put a quarter up, and then there was a little spot there's a little resting spot between the best players, and we'd put up 2 more quarters. We'd put up 50 cents up, and whoever won the round would get the 50 cents. So not only would they get to keep going, you could win a little bit of money as you were, as you were going.
You were able to put him down. How did you see things play out? I just felt like when I felt his best power, I say, I can handle that.
And then of course Mortal Kombat came out and stuff, but it was not as competitive as as Street Fighter 2 was.
He couldn't handle the power.
Initial D says BJ Green. Hart says he can't handle the power. That was just some violent tendencies. Hart was really pushing it. He definitely was turning his back, as Hart was saying, but
the ref kept asking the man, "Do you want to continue?" He stayed down.
I mean, Hart was swinging so hard.
Submitted, man. I made him quit. That's a sign of quitting in there. I don't care what nobody
He said, "I made him quit."
You get up and you stand up and you fight like a man.
Wow, and he's great victory for Hart. Honestly, I think he's being a little disrespectful to Nicholson. Nicholson, he took so much punishment and kept coming. I got a lot of respect for Nicholson after that. I got a lot of respect for anybody that that gets into the ring or the cage. It's very hard for me to say that guy quit. And he did kind of quit, but he took so much punishment. I mean, that was a lot of punishment. He took a lot of power shots that would have knocked a lot of guys out. And you could tell Hart was putting everything into those hooks and uppercuts. I mean, there was lethal shot after lethal shot, and Nicholson just took him standing there. I could just imagine the damage that he took in that fight. He really did not need to continue to go. They're going to go over to Damon Nicholson's corner and interview him.
At the end of the fight, did you want to continue because you got
I know there's a disgrace and kind of tapping to strikes kind of thing, but
what happened?
I don't see this as a disgrace at all.
Knocked down when I shouldn't. The ref
says I got knocked down when I shouldn't. That was earlier in the fight. 1-2-1 record in the last 4 fights.
We was in a break. The ref knew whether it should. I don't know if he knew or not, but when I got up on the 7 count and he just stopped it,
He's saying he got up on the 7 count and the ref just stopped it.
Well, what did you answer?
But he was not getting up.
I shook my head, yeah. I was kind of out of it, you understand? But I could have continued. He put me with a punch.
I agree with you, Mario.
In between the break.
He's saying he could have continued, but he did not.
That was my fault for coming, coming to
His recollection of what happened is not the same as what actually happened.
That's taking the show way out, but Jesse Hart knows the truth. He knows I'm a true warrior. At the end of the day, I want to thank all my fans for coming out.
And he is a true warrior. I will say that, Damon Nicholson. That was.
I want to thank ESPN. I want to thank
you can't have much more heart than he showed tonight.
Thank you. This is over for me. This is not the last. And to my family, I love you all. I'm sorry for the disappointment.
Ton of respect for that guy. He owes an apology to absolutely nobody.
He will be back.
He showed a tremendous amount of heart, took a tremendous amount of punishment from Hart. Jesse Magdaleno, 25-0 with 18 knockouts against Isaac Dogbo, 18-0 with 12 knockouts. The WBO Junior Featherweight World Championship. Unless it's a quick one, it doesn't look like we're going to make it through that one. We're going to have to switch over to Bellator here pretty soon. And it'll take me a second to set up the new stream. I got to change the wording and all that kind of stuff. But might get to watch a round or two of this at least. Great night of fights. I'm a little upset that we can't finish it and watch the Bellator. Because those first 2 fights were incredible. That heavyweight fight was awesome. That last fight between Hart and Nicholson was awesome. 15 minutes till showtime. Yeah, it's getting there. So I think we'll go into this next one about maybe a round if it starts in time. And if there's not a quick knockout, I'll have to set up for Bellator. And I'm going to take a commercial break. But I have no commercial to show. No. But I will be right back.
I no longer live with the uncertainties of Hep C, wondering what if. I let go of all those feelings because I am cured with Harvoni.
Harvoni is a revolutionary treatment for the most common type of chronic hepatitis C. It's been prescribed to more than 250,000 people and is proven to cure up to 99% of patients who've had no prior treatment with 12 weeks. Certain patients can be cured with just 8 weeks of Harvoni. Before starting Harvoni, your doctor will test to see if you've ever had hepatitis B, which may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after Harvoni treatment. Tell your doctor if you've ever had hepatitis B, a liver transplant, other liver or kidney problems, HIV, or any other medical conditions, and about all the medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Harvoni can cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects of Harvoni include tiredness, headache, and weakness.
Ready to let go of Hep C?
Ask your Hep C specialist about Harvoni.
I won this 55-inch TV for less than $30 on DealDash.com. I got all this for less than $50 on DealDash.com.
These aren't actors, they're real people who got real savings at DealDash.com, the fair and honest bidding site. At DealDash.com, you can save up to 99%, but hurry, everything must go.
All right, guys, I got to get it in before we get the Bellator to start. Next week, of course, Cinco de Mayo, we got Triple G. Tonight, we got Triple B. Beer, boxing, and Bellator. It's the beer time.
Will go up against Vasily Lomachenko, the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
Wow, Vasily Lomachenko versus Sergey Linares coming up. Linares 44-3 with 27 knockouts. Lomachenko, of course, just 11 fights, 10-1 with 8 knockouts. WBO lightweight world title. That's going to be on May 12th. May 12th is another loaded date. We have, again, the next round of the Bellator card. We have the UFC pay-per-view. We have the Lomachenko fight. I believe there's another boxing match on that night. They need to space things out more. How about I just start at like 7 in the morning? How about they just start them at like 7 in the morning and we'll just go all day and just watch fights all day every Saturday. How about that? We'll do like a 12-hour stream.
There has to be some sort of strategy to this propagation.
I really could a lot of days. I could just watch fighting all day long.
But let me tell you,
It looks like they're not going to really get inside the cage, inside the ring fast enough. Because I'm going to have to start the Bellator stream here soon. But I was able to get it in. Like I said, next week, of course, Cinco de Mayo, Triple G. This week, Triple B, Bellator boxing and beer. And then again the next week, Bellator and boxing again. Some Henry Weinhardt's Private Reserve. First time I've ever had it out of the can. But they had a great deal on this. It's a great deal in Washington anyways. It's an 18-pack of Private Reserve for $10. So... I couldn't turn that down. That was a pretty good price. I don't know what beer is in different places. I know it's cheaper, like in California and a few places I've seen than it is in Washington. But that's a fairly good deal here. For sure. And yeah, we're getting really close to Bellator time. We were just talking about movies to watch. Tomorrow we got the Movie Pass. Has anybody out there seen Marvel Infinity yet? Or Ready Player One? We were kind of fighting over if we were going to watch Ready Player One or Marvel Infinity. You know, David's been trying to get me in to watch Ready Player One for a while. And we just haven't made it to the theater. I want to see it, but we just haven't made it there yet.
Send money the way you like.
If there is anybody out there that would follow Colby the Cunt, or Colby Covington, I think so you say it. Supposedly he spoiled the ending for the movie of Marvel Infinity. So just in case anybody actually would follow him in real life, don't read his Twitter apparently. To think had Canelo would have been fighting Triple G next had he not popped dirty. Exactly. Man, what a huge loss that is, though. What a huge revenue loss. It goes from a pay-per-view to an HBO fight, but Canelo Alvarez, the most popular Mexican fighter out there right now, in one of the biggest fights in boxing on Cinco de Mayo, landing on a Saturday. I mean, the stars could not align any better. And Canelo Alvarez somehow figures out a way to screw it all up. You know, if you're one of his handlers, you got to be pretty pissed. It's like, what are you doing? Why risk that? And, you know, he came out and tried to say tainted meat the first time, and then from my understanding, I believe he got popped twice. He got popped once again. So that really doesn't make sense to me. You get popped once, and you blame it on tainted meat, and then you get popped again for the same thing. I'm guessing, hopefully, if it was tainted meat, you've stopped eating that meat. You've already popped dirty once, so you can't blame it on it twice, especially within the same month. I mean, you know, give people a little credit. How naive do you think people are? Excuse me. Beer went down the wrong pipe there, I think. But honestly, you know, they let a lot of stuff slide in boxing. They really do. And I think after that first dirty drug test, they would have just let it slide. I think they would have let it go. He was not suspended yet. Nothing was canceled. They were supposedly going to talk about it, but I think the fight was too big for them to cancel after that first test. I don't think they wanted to do it. When it came out that there was a second test, though, a second positive test for the same thing, they couldn't ignore it anymore after that. That was just too much. And you know, even boxing can only ignore so much. They don't have USADA, they don't have WADA, they have state athletic commissions. But that's not the kind of thing that you can ignore twice in such a short amount of time. And, I mean, Canelo Alvarez has got to think either that the drug testers are idiots or he's an idiot himself, or both. And I'm a big fan. I've loved to watch his fights in the past, even against Mayweather, where I thought that eventually he maybe could have beaten Mayweather, but he just wasn't quite there in his career, that he would get there eventually. And that was even a fascinating fight. The fight against Triple G was great, even though, as most people thought, I thought Triple G won the fight. It was still a good fight. So we're going to break free from this one, guys. Nettie Levy says, show the TV. All right, I'm going to cut off, Nettie. Good night. No, I can't show the TV anyways. I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to pop right back up on the Bellator stream. So watch your notifications. It's going to take me like 2 minutes. Maybe 3 or 4. I'm doing great, Habib. Habib just asked, how you doing? Did Darrell fight yet? No, Darrell did not fight yet. But I'm switching over to Bellator. Sorry about that, Nettie. This lasts a little long. You can watch this on Fox, though. I believe PAD should be allowed in fighting, and it's up to the opponent whether or not he wants to take the fight. I disagree as far as putting any kind of PEDs out there. Testosterone replacement therapy, like they did in the UFC for a little while, was one thing. But when you legalize something like steroids or what was going on in cycling, that's unsafe for the athletes, what happens is people no longer have a choice if they're going to take it or not, because these guys are so close to each other. They're at such a top level that they have no choice. If they want to compete, then they have to take drugs and they have to put their life into their own hands. Yeah, you could be a little crazy, Mario. No. All right, I'm going to shut this down. Like I said, I will be right back on the Bellator stream, so look up for it.